Hi, this is Julie at Love's Beginning with a blog post called To Give is to Receive. We would like to redefine giving and receiving. Giving and receiving are ongoing, all of the time, beneath the surface of the world you see. Giving and receiving is another way of saying love. Giving and receiving is another way of saying life. Giving and receiving is there prior to the world you experience with your five senses. Giving and receiving is the abundance that you can allow to carry you in every moment. We invite you to allow yourself to be carried. We invite you to set down your striving. There is no need to chase after anything. Everything you need is in the here and the now. Everything you need is within. You can allow yourself to witness this as you dedicate your world and your life to healing. If you allow the purpose of everything experienced by your character to be healing, then you can watch as faith builds. You can watch as the character stops chasing after things in the world. You can watch as the character allows herself to be carried. What carries him is greater than a character who needs to get, who needs to give. What carries her is her true self, and that is shared equally by all. You can't get cozier than that. The self is shared equally by all. Whenever your character gives to another character, you have given to yourself. Whenever your character receives from another character, you have received from yourself. Beyond that, you are not even capable of defining giving and receiving in worldly terms, because the entire foundation upon which the world sits is illusion. It may look like giving, but is it powered by anxiety? It may look like receiving, but is it tainted with guilt? Giving and receiving are pure, and they are one. If you agree to stop judging giving and receiving as it appears to be in the world, you will access the unending joy of true receiving and giving. There is no need to avoid anything. You, playing your character, can only believe there is something to avoid if guilt is still active as your separate personality structure. The separate personality structure blocks the simplicity of guidance and flow. The separate personality structure is complex and completely attached to worldly reasoning. When the separate personality structure is seen through and therefore released, nothing remains but the simplicity of harmony. You see through and release all separate personality structures, both the one you are experiencing and the ones you are projecting. If you are in distress, the only place distress can be alleviated is in the mind. You may wish to receive something in the world to alleviate the distress, and indeed you may, but to believe that the world, a world which was made in order to experience distress, can alleviate distress is to be mistaken. When you are mistaken, you cling to a perception that has you seeing everything as separate. We invite you past that perception, which was only ever a mistake, never a crime, back to the place where all can be healed. When you agree to allow the whole of the world you experience, without exception, to be turned over to the purpose of healing, then every situation is a blessed event that serves the healing of all. To try to judge the situation as good or bad is to return to mistaken perception again. All situations serve the good, because healing is immediately available to all in all situations. When you allow what is shining eternally within all to guide every moment, then your character has no needs, no need to get, and no need to avoid. Your character is simply carried by love always, and love always supplies what is needed. When you pause to allow distress to be alleviated in the mind, instead of seeking to alleviate it through worldly means, you take a moment to look within. You don't look to the world for your cue or for your remedy. So take that moment and remember the lofty purpose of your life today. Each life has the same purpose, to bring healing to all of the world right now. Remembering that all share this holy and perfect purpose equally, give thanks for the eternal perfection of all of your divine siblings today. You are carried, and you are loved. We are blessed by the same eternal flow that assists you. There is no need to struggle, beloved siblings. When you find yourself in the back and forth of what is not real, we are here to shine upon your holiness and to remind you that all is and always has been well. Thanks for listening.